Good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rep Melissa. I am Rep Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I am excited for today, Pamela. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So we're going to get right into it because I love when I do a series and I live the series. I love when I do a series and then I get to live the series in real time. So, this is so perfect. And someone may relate to this or not. We'll see. So we're in our important series. So I want to do a little recap and then I want to share how this is living for me. So we started by really discerning for ourselves the difference for us when it comes to what's important and what's urgent. So, what is important and what is urgent is not necessarily the same thing. And for me, I realize that I don't have a lot of urgent things in my life. I have some things that are important. So, have you discerned what is important and what is urgent? And this series is inspired by this little pamphlet, Tyranny of the Urgent by Charles E. Hermel. You could read it in a day. It's 31 little pages. That's it. You could read it in probably less than an hour. Tyranny of the Urgent. So, and it's important because when we think everything is urgent, it can rule our whole day, right? It could be a tyrant, right? We create this little tyrant of urgency in our life, and it's totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. So, we've been going over his steps, and he says there's 4 steps, but I count 6. So we're going to say there's 6 steps. So we know that time is a construct, and we know that each one of us are the source of our own time. I am the source of time. I am the source of my time, and I have a choice as to how I spend my time. I do. No one else. No one else has control over how I spend my time. No one. So, step number 1 is decide what's important and give proper priority. Decide what's important and give it proper priority. So, like I said, just like everything is not urgent, everything is not important either. So we're also making a distinction between our to-do list, which may have some important items on there, and just a to-do list of things that we need to get done, right? Whenever we get them done. So for me, this is the way that I'm using it. Every day I'm creating, I left it upstairs. Every day I'm creating a important list that is separate and apart from my to-do list. So I am deciding what's important for me for that day. Now, the first day that I did it, I had 9 things on the list. And then I had to sit myself down and say, girl, you don't have 9 important things. So let's pick out 3 things that are important. When I went through the list, there were 4. And then I realized that I don't have to count one of these because it's already a habit for me, which is my spiritual practice, which is very important to me. and I had it on the list. But that's a given because my spiritual practice is non-negotiable. So then I had 3 items. Out of those 3 items, when I looked at the end of the day to see what I got done, 2 of those 3 items got done. Now, why didn't that last item get done? Because I started doing other things. And so the thing about what's important is that we do them first. Steve Covey has a whole book, and one of the things he says is do first things first. Do first things first. So for me, I have to reorganize myself because I like doing the things that I like first. I like doing the fun things first. I like doing the things that I feel I'm under the gun, that's pressure driven first. But those things aren't necessarily the things that are important, right? So I carried over the thing that I didn't get done on that day to the next day. Step 2, do a time budget. So similar to how we create a budget for our money, how we spend our money, what we spend our money on, and how we're going to use our money, the same for a time budget. Create a time budget. But first, take inventory as to how you're spending your time now. So for a couple of days, just track how you're spending your time. And that would give you a good sense of how you need to organize yourself. You'll realize, I'm spending too much time on this. Like I shared the story yesterday of the man named Paul who thought that he only spent a half an hour a day playing pool. But once he did an inventory of how he's really spending his time, he realized at the end of the week, he was spending 9 to 10 hours playing pool. Now, if he was really only doing it a half hour a day, that would only be, 3 hours or so, 3 to 4 hours, but he was spending 9 to 10 hours. So he wound up giving himself back 6 hours in a week because although he enjoyed playing pool, it wasn't important. So he could cut back on that. So we are identifying our patterns of how we spend our time. And for some, it'll be easy. You may realize, I spend too much time on social media. I spend too much time watching television. I spend too much time on the phone. I spend too much time, ... whatever it is. Because we fool ourselves in thinking that we don't spend as much time, but in reality, we really do. So this is information that we're gathering so that we have a true picture of what our present lifestyle is and how it aligns with our needs, our values, and our desires. So that's step 2. Do a time budget. And so today we're going to talk about step 3, which is budget your hours. Budget your hours. So before I go there, let me share with you what had happened yesterday. So first of all, I did not do my important list yesterday morning. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go to the gym to do a strength training class. And the class is at 9:00. And I decided that I wanted to get to the gym a little bit earlier because I wanted to spend like 10 minutes on the Stairmaster because I need to do more cardio. So I left a little early so I could do that. And I didn't do my important list. And I said to myself, I consciously made a choice. I'll do my important list when I get back from the gym. So I leave. get in the car, to go drive to the gym. It takes like 7 minutes to drive to the gym. What happens? I'm driving to the gym, and there are all of these school buses. I don't know why. All of these school buses are just stopped in the middle of the road, and no one can get around them. So we're just sitting there, waiting for these school buses to move. At least 5 minutes sitting there. Finally, they start to move. By the time I get to the gym, I only have 5 minutes before the class starts. And so I said, you know what? I don't want to rush and do the Stairmaster, and I really want to get in 10 minutes. So I'll do the Stairmaster after the class. The class is an hour, ends at 10 o'clock. Cool. Do the class, felt good, got a good workout, lifting my weights, doing all the things. I was like, yes, right? The instructor decides she's gonna go a little later, right? So it's now 10 o'clock and we still on the floor doing stuff. And I said, okay, 10 o'clock, I have a choice to make. I said that I'm gonna do the Stairmaster for 10 minutes. So although class isn't over, it's over for me. So I got myself together and went to the Stairmaster and got in my 10 minutes on the Stairmaster. Felt good, sweat pouring, wonderful thing. Get back home, and before I got back home, driving back home, and I said, let me go a different way because I don't know what's going on with those school buses, right? So I decided to go a different way. So I go a different way, and they're doing road work, and so it was a whole mess. I had to wait for them to say we could go. It was a mess. So when I get home, it's about almost time for morning sip with Rev Melissa. So I do the show, right? So I still haven't done my important list. I do the show. And I said to myself, after the show, I'll do my important list. After the show, I had forgot that I was recording a podcast with Eugene. So right after the show, I had to record the podcast with Eugene. Fine. I said, right after you'll see how this is going, right? You'll see how this is going. So, of course, after the podcast, I still didn't do my important list. And I can't even tell you why now. I think I got a phone call. I don't know what happened, but I didn't do it. At some point during the day, I felt all over the place. I didn't know what I should do next. So that would have been an opportune time for me to say, do the important list now and see where you are. Just gather yourself, take a moment, pause, see where you are, and write the list now. But I didn't do that. Do y'all know what I did? I got on social media. All of a sudden, right then, I'm like, let me go on the Centers let me go on the Rockland CSL Facebook page and see if there's anything that I need to share on my personal page. As if that was important right then and there. No, it wasn't. But there is a pattern of spending time that requires being unlearned so that the new learning can take place. And it takes time for that. So I'm on social media. I do share the post on my personal page. But did I get off right after I did that? No. Then I decided, let me get on the Spelman College group and see what's going on. So I do that. Then I say, I might as well get on the Tuskegee College group, Facebook group, and see what's going on there. And so then I do that. I probably spent about an hour doing that, right? Not important. So that's how my day went yesterday. I can't really tell you what I got accomplished yesterday other than going to the gym, ding, 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 doing the show, doing the podcast, and then it gets fuzzy. And then it gets fuzzy. So the lesson learned for me is it's important to do my important list because it's part of what organizes my day. It organizes my time and it gives me information that I need to budget my hours. Real life, y'all. Real life. So we use these tools, and the only way that we know how it will work for us is if we use it. And then we can decide, well, this works for me. This part doesn't work for me. This part I could do a little bit more of. This part, not so much. You get to tweak it for how it works for you. So let's get into step 3. Budget your hours. So I'm going to share a couple of things that he writes. Charles H. Hummel writes in Tyranny of the Urgent. Number 3, budget the hours. He says, now you are ready to make some changes in the use of your time. A note of caution. Don't try to reorganize your life on paper and then hope to live the new schedule immediately. So start with the way you are using your hours now and plan only a few changes as they become possible for you. So we are creating a system that works for us, works for you, works for me, your own unique individual system. He has some suggestions. He says, consider one high priority item for which more time needs to be budgeted. Then make the hard decision as to what activity must be cut back, if not eliminated, to free up those extra hours needed for that one high priority item. He says, but remember, don't try to make too many changes at the outset. Your present ways of spending time reflects habits and satisfactions developed over the years, and some of them may be difficult to alter. So that's what I experienced yesterday, right? Habits that need to be altered, but it takes time to alter those habits. So we take inventory and we see what adjustments we need to make. I love that he says, the encouragement of small successes motivates us to stick with the budget. So encouragement, acknowledgement, appreciating ourselves for the small successes that we have. You may have to cut down on activities that keep you up late. Woo! Y'all know he was speaking to me when he wrote that sentence. In that case, decide on 1 or 2 for dropping as soon as possible. Finally, when you prepare your new schedule, remember to allow some uncommitted time each week. Just as dollars need to be set aside for emergencies, so hours should be reserved for unexpected demands. So give yourself some wiggle room every day, right? Just give yourself some wiggle room. You don't want to assign for every single minute of the day. Give yourself some wiggle room, some breathing space for those unexpected demands. Now, those unexpected demands may not be urgent, but it's something that demands your attention, right? So, an unexpected demand that I realized I had this week, since I'm paying so close attention to this, is the demand, and this is a good demand. Unexpected demands don't have to be negative or bad. This is a good unexpected demand. When my girls get home from work, they have summer jobs, they work at a summer camp. When they get home from work, one of the things they like to do is they like to tell me about their day. They like to give me the tea, and I am all for the tea. I am all for the tea. So that takes up some time, right? It takes up about an hour. Aria tells me her stories. Zola tells me her stories. I have questions. And we have, this little time together. It's beautiful. I love it. But I wasn't factoring that into my time of my day. And it's important to me. So I allocate time for that, right? And I could stack that with preparing dinner, right? Because one of the things that I'm doing so that I am not staying up as late is eating earlier. So what's important to me is that I eat earlier. What's important to me is my own self-care. What's important to me is to stay committed to my intermittent fasting because it works for me, right? So all of these things are important to me and are under the heading for me of like optimum health and vibrant living, something like that, right? And so I have drink water, exercise, walk, heart health, things of that nature is under one category. And that's important to me. And that's something that I allocate time for every day. So budget your hours so that they are reflecting your needs, your values, and your desires. And after working it, practicing, you start to create and develop and cultivate new habits that are in alignment with your fabulous life that you are creating for yourself. So, those are the 3 steps. 1, decide what's important and give it proper priority. 2, do a time budget. Discover where your time goes. How are you spending your time? 3, budget your hours. Create a system for yourself. It could be a chart. It could be a card. It could be a journal. It could be whatever works for you. Do your system. Budget your hours. And so we're going to continue with this important series next week. And I will share steps 4, 5, and 6. All right, y'all. So I hope that was good for you. Spend some time, if you choose, this weekend to implement these steps. It's a choice. This may not be an issue for you at all. Congratulations. But if it is, this is another opportunity to see if it works for you or not. All right. So let's get into some joy news for this weekend. So this weekend, we are in person at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. It is our collaborative service at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Rockland. We have service at their center in Pomona, New York at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're in the area, we would love for you to join us. If not, you can join us virtually on Zoom by going to rocklandcsl.org. There's a special Zoom link that is the UUCR Zoom link that you can use for the third Sunday service that we do with UUCR. This Sunday, I will be speaking, and my topic is the cosmic stand, playing our part in the great unfolding. And so July at Rockland CSL is our sacred play month. And one of the things that we're doing is renaming ourselves the game that we loved to play when we were children. And one of my favorite games when I was a child was Red Rover, Red Rover, Red Rover. That was one of my favorite games. So, or Sunday, I will be referring to myself as Red Rover. Okay. So you can play along if you choose. More joy news that I like to share is you can get now Sekou writes new books. I'm saying that plural, y'all, plural, because he is not playing. Sekou writes is not playing. So the books are Little Sekou's First Dollar, Get Rich 101. And if you don't have Hack Your Pay Now, you want to get that as well. So look at this little book bundle that Sekou has created for us. Little Sekou's First Dollar is a children's book, but it's for adults too, y'all. Get Rich 101 is all about our relationship with money and tools that we can use now. And Hack Your Pain Now is a guide comprised of 10 commandments that you can use now to support yourself if you are going through anything, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, to support yourself and moving through the pain. So all are available on Amazon. Now you can pre-order Little Sekou's First Dollar and Get Rich 101. Pre-order it today, and the books will be available on August 2nd. All right? Hack Your Pain Now is already available in ebook, audio, and paperback. So you want to grab that as well. All right, Sekou. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Hey, Jackie. I miss you, girl. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sekou said, it's amazing that you let people see you drop the ball. Yes. Y'all. Look, I said before, I'm transparent and I'm keeping it real with y'all. And it's important. I really, really, truly believe that it's important that we share when we have these hiccups, when we fall, when we fail. It's okay because it's all a learning, right? And I'm a human being, right? Just like all of us. I have moments, probably many, where I drop the ball, right? And it's okay because I learned so much about myself yesterday by dropping that ball. And guess what? I just picked the ball up and I just started dribbling it. And I was like, yes, we got this. And shoot the ball 2 points. Yes? Yes. So that's the invitation. I think it's important to share how it's really living. And that's my intention, is to share how it's really living, real life. So if you have a hiccup, it ain't over, y'all. It ain't over. You just learn and you keep it moving. Yes? Don't create a whole story about it. Just keep it moving. All right, y'all. All right. So have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all next week, hopefully on Sunday. And remember what's important. You are. You are important. You are important. You matter. Your presence on the planet at this time is appointed and it is anointed. So do what's important because you are important. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.